Drop your predictions in the comments. What do you honestly think is going to go down on the 6th? Is she getting cuffed? Are they about to drop a warrant on her this Friday? Is it finally happening? Or is she just gonna play slick, plead the 5th, and swerve every single question? Maybe she pulls a fast one, shows up with some random documents, and claims, "Oh, this was all just a miscommunication." You think that's what she's about to do? Because I don't. Not at all. But if that's what you believe, sound off in the comments. Let's see who's really tapped in and who's living in dreamland. Alright, let's get into this. Because this is wild. So there's been a fire. No, I'm not talking figurative and actual fire at the car wash owned by Kamal Woods. Now, in case you missed it, Kamal is Tiffany Henyard's man. Yup, that Tiffany, Miss Supermayor herself. That's her dude, her boyfriend. The plot twist, this man is already married. But that hasn't stopped them from being booed up. That car wash, it belongs to him. And for months, people been saying Tiffany's actually been living upstairs in that same building. Allegedly, so let's get to the moment. You've got this fire popping off in the backyard of that very car wash. And from what it looks like, it wasn't no accident. Nah, it wasn't like something tipped over and caught flame. They were out there intentionally burning something, while Tiffany was supposed to be preparing for court. A court date with documents, paperwork. You feel me? And instead of showing up with the files, the only thing showing up was smoke, big clouds of it. Now tell me, how does that line up? If you were just out back grilling, we'd know. Foods, gotta smell. Smoke from burgers, chicken, anything edible lit smells like something, but this was different. People are saying it smelled like burning paper. And if that's the case, then what were they burning back there? That's the million-dollar question, because nobody starts a backyard fire on court week for no reason. From the footage, you can see everything. The building on one side is Kamal's car wash. The building next to it, where Tiffany allegedly stays. And there's this grill posted up against the back wall, right next to what looks like big plastic tubs. That's where they dump the ashes. After the fire's out, so what were they really trying to destroy? That's what we need to talk about. Shout out to the person who filmed it all. Whoever you are, legend. They saw something strange, pulled over, parked across the street, and recorded the whole thing. Real MVP, because this footage might be crucial later on. Now look closely. You see an open gate that leads straight to the back stairs of the building. At first glance, I thought it was a garbage bin lid or something. But no, it's a wooden fence. And up against that fence, a big all grill. That's what they're using to burn stuff. Not cookout vibes. It's a straight-up document barbecue. And the man out there poking it with a stick. That's Kamal. I recognize that frame. The way he leans, the way he stands, you can tell. That's him. Now, let's talk logic. Who flips burgers with a stick? Nobody. That's not grilling, that's stirring. That's trying to move around whatever's burning inside. So the question becomes, What is he moving? Because it's not food. Let me make something clear. If this ends up getting shown in court, game over. If anyone asks, what were y'all burning? And they can't come up with a solid answer, that's a problem. Especially when you're already being ordered to turn over documents. Here's where it gets crazier. The person who filmed the fire, they came back. Yup, next morning. They returned to check out what was left in the grill, and what they saw changed everything. Because they looked into that same grill and what did they find? A notebook spiral. One of those metal coils that holds notebooks together. Not melted plastic metal, still intact. And if you know anything about burning paper, you know the paper goes fast. But that coil, it survives. So now we know whatever they were burning had notes in it. Documents, pages, records, something important. Now, ask yourself what food comes with a notebook spiral inside. I'll wait. You know the answer. Nothing. So if a spiral came out of that fire, that tells you everything you need to know. They weren't grilling food. They were grilling evidence. You can even see the same ash tub behind the building. Where? They dumped the remains. That's the routine. Grill it, burn it to ash, dump the ash in the barrel. Cleanup mode, okay? But this time, they left something behind. That spiral.
Okay.
That metal piece gave it all away. And wait, it doesn't stop there. There's something else back there. Sign? Some kind of sign lying on the ground behind the fence. We don't know what it says, and we don't know if it was meant to be burned or just got forgotten. But it's there. Just chillin' in the dirt. Like a leftover secret. All of this goes down days before court. Tiffany was already due in court on May 30th, and she pulled a fast one, showed up on Zoom, even though she wasn't supposed to, eh? But since she had just gotten served the papers the day before, the judge gave her grace. Let her slide. But that's not happening again. June 6th. She has to appear in person. And she has to bring the documents they've been requesting. The ones this entire situation revolves around. No more excuses if she fails to bring them. It's $1,000 per day, every single day, until she turns them in. That's a heavy hit. So here's what I think she'll show up. A Q Haas to bud those documents. I don't think they're coming. Why? 'Cause I believe they're already gone, reduced to ash in that grill. I think they were destroyed. And the spiral coil is all that's left. The final clue. Plus, they're planning to swear her in under oath. No dodging. No deflecting. Just direct questions. And I believe she's going to plead the fifth. Just try to slide through the whole thing without saying a word. That's my prediction for June 6th. You heard it here first, but now it's your turn. Drop your predictions in the comments. Are they issuing a warrant? Will she show up and lie? Or will she pull some Hail Mary and actually bring documents that magically reappeared overnight? You tell me. I've said my piece. Because me, I'm locked in. I don't think she's bringing a single sheet of paper. I think she already turned it all into smoke. And the only thing that survived, that spiral. That little piece of metal they forgot would stay behind. So ask yourself, again, who grills a notebook? Who fires up some spiral paper and throws it on the charcoal? Nobody. That's not how any of this works. But if you've got a theory, go ahead and post it. Let's run up those comments. Let's talk about it. Because this is far from over.